Bello even my governor, you go hear Ododo boy governor, you go hear What are you talking? When Natasha is talking, what are you saying? When Natasha is saying ta 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 ta.
I am an Ebira woman. This is my land. I am the daughter of late Dr. Jim Abdullah. I know my roots. I am not a bastard. And I am not afraid of anybody. I am not afraid of anybody.
Really pleased with the massive turnout by my constituents to receive me. More importantly, the fact that they were able to dare the unjust restraints that were placed by the governor yesterday, which called for the cancellation of rallies and gatherings and all whatnot. I mean, it's very heartwarming to know that my people were able to come out in such numbers, in their thousands, waited for me since morning, you know, and prayed that I actually come, because, you know, I keep saying that democracy is all about the people. The government, the real true government are the people. And if I, as a representative, see this amount of love and support, then I think that's where I get my courage from. And then I have no option but to yield to that pull from the people. So I'm so grateful that they came out. I'm so thankful for this reception. And I'm also grateful to my husband for his generosity, I would say, because we spent pretty much all night with our think tank brainstorming how to maneuver the various restrictions that were placed by not only the governor, but the Commissioner of Police earlier today. So we took a whole lot to think, okay, we were not to use the waterways because even the fishing activities were suspended today. So that means any movement on the water could be seen as countering the government order. So we had to take away the access in Kogi Central to the waters, because, you know, we would have as well gotten in through Ajakuta local government. And then we thought the roads, we saw the list of all the roads that were going to be barricaded from the east, west, south and north. We knew there was no way we could enter the state. The only option we saw was through air. And then immediately we began to make efforts towards that. So, like I say, it takes a whole lot of resources, courage, support from the people, and God Almighty to have made this possible. And I thank God, because at the end of the day, it just shows that, you know what, against all, people must find the courage to dare unjust situations. That's it. And whatever happens from today, well, I just commit every day to your hands. With regards to what statements I made today, yes, I still insist on my stance that I was sexually harassed by the Senate President, and that the harassment generated into malice, which denied me a lot of my privileges and rights on the floor of the National Assembly, and by extension denied the people of Kogi Central. Each time he denied me a chance to present a concern, was him subjecting them to a denial of federal representation, and that's wrong. This is democracy. You can't extend your personal vendetta on one person to the people, you know. And of course, again, I said my suspension is illegal. It's unjust because it contravenes the Nigerian Constitution and even the Senate rules that says the senator should be suspended for just 14 days. Why 6 months? Especially when there are a series of court precedents, you know, in Ali Ndume and Omo Agege's cases. You see that the courts have time after time said you cannot suspend a senator that is duly elected. You cannot, and if you have to apply by the Senate rules, then it will be 14 days. And that's, again, for very serious offenses. So when they say that I was suspended, not for the sexual allegation, but for gross misconduct, the question again is, what exactly did Senator Natasha Akpabio do on the floor of the Senate that amounts to gross misconduct? I didn't fight. I didn't insult anybody. I wasn't violent. So what did I do? I didn't tear anybody short. We've had senators fight. We've had senators slap each other. We've had senators tear clothes, throw things. In short, even the last 2 weeks, you've seen a whole lot of heated debates on the floor. But nobody was suspended. Why? Because I'm a woman? Or why? Because I'm a minority among minority? Because when you talk about the larger tribe, ethnicities there, you have about 20 Yoruba senators, Hausas, you have a lot of them, but I'm the only one there. So why? I'm actually even very disappointed that my senators from Kogi, especially the senator from Kogi West, took it upon himself. He did not even mention the fact that Senator Karimi also cooked up a report trying to label me as if I'm a KGB agent infiltrating the National Assembly to disrupt the 10th Assembly and democracy. So what I did in that was that I took a preemptive measure by writing to the police so that they could invite Senator Karimi to testify or attest to the fact to how he knew about the so-called KGB agent and the infiltration moves. So I call my suspension illegal and unjust, and I hope that the courts will do justice. It's unfortunate that Justice Egwato recused himself on the 25th of March 2025. He did mention that he was recused because of the petitions that the Senate President wrote against him. But then I also got to know, like I said, allegedly, that he was also threatened, because that's what usually happens. And I respect his decision, but I pray that the next judge, who is Justice Binta Nyako, actually will be strong enough to stand against any threats. Because at the end of the day, if the bad people keep winning, that means the entire country will suffer and our democracy suffers. So we need courageous people to strengthen the institutions who are supposed to be independent anyways. I look forward to getting back to the Senate so that I could resume my functions as a senator duly elected by my people. But if perchance I am not recalled on time, I will still continue carrying out my activities. Tomorrow we're going to commence the reconstruction of 3 primary healthcare centers in Kogi Central, and we have a lot of other activities on. We also have some empowerment programs that will be coming up this week here. It doesn't stop me from doing my work, even if it means I have to work extra hard, you know, since I'm out of office temporarily, to make my people feel the good impact of democracy. But I pray that Nigerians across, even beyond Kogi Central, will be able to continuously lend their voices, because an injustice to me is an injustice to everyone. We all see what is happening to Governor Fubara himself, whereby he's suspended for 6 months as well, against the backdrop, against the Constitution. You know, I did mention that the Nigerian Constitution does not allow the suspension of elected officers. So again, I thank Nigerians, I thank Nigerian women for their support, for their understanding. Yesterday, when I received the award for the Voice of Good Governance. This morning, I almost didn't feel like attending this event, but my husband had to speak to me. Courage, he said. Natasha, it doesn't matter what the media has narrated of you, that doesn't define you. And walking up here, the cheers I heard from you all just reaffirmed the journey. One must find courage even to speak the most difficult of things. And today I'm being honored amongst many women to receive the award of the bold voice of good governance. And I say this, it takes a whole lot of courage to reform governance. And in trust, I hope we jointly, we patriotically do right by our country. Thank you. Please come forward. The chair in the hall when I was called just reaffirmed that many people are with me. Many women across Nigeria are with me in this fight for justice on the sexual harassment part, because many women are actually facing this ill, but they cannot just pick up. And most of these men, some of the men actually who criticize me, I will tell them, well, they should go home, call their wives, call their daughters and ask them. They will be surprised what their wives and daughters will tell them that goes on in workplaces or in the learning institutions. So generally, I want to appreciate Nigerians. I want to appreciate the international community the many international organizations that have lent voices and wrote statements. I want to appreciate Auntie Obi Esekwesili, Kadraya Ahmed, and many others who have, irrespective of their regions or their states,